Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm working on a 2016 Civic EX with sensing, and a lot of people have been posting about their desire to change out the lights, but are having a hard time figuring out how to get off the rear assembly. Some people have mentioned that they've tried to go in through the tabs right here and haven't been able to get anywhere. They just find steel under that. So it's actually very simple. So today we're going to do a taillight disassembly as well as a replacement of the LEDs. I'm doing a backup LED today, nothing too complicated. And it's actually much easier than people think. The assembly does have to come out, but it's not a difficult task, so let's get started. All you need is obviously an LED bulb to replace, and then I got a Phillips head screwdriver, and then I took a second screwdriver that's flathead, and I simply covered it in electrical tape. You'll see why in a second, but it's just so that we don't scratch the lens. So really all you do is you find this bolt and this bolt right here of this taillight assembly, and you simply undo those bolts real quick. So let's do that. And then once those are done, you really just pop it out. There's one bit that's a little tricky, but we'll show you that in a second. Take out that second bolt. Now I've already done the left side, but the left side works exactly the same way as the right. As you can see, as soon as that's loose, the assembly actually already starts moving and popping a little bit. That's it. Now, if you can see, when I start to take this out, what you'll notice is inside, it's hard to tell, there are some tabs. You're going to see tabs that are right around here and right around here. So what you want to do is you want to come in through this, and it's pretty hard to do while I'm holding the camera at the same time, but you want to come in through here and just simply get in there and pop a little bit. What eventually will happen is the taillight assembly will just pop out of those tabs. You want to be careful when you do it to pry from here and from here, because otherwise you're going to start to break that taillight assembly. That's the only thing. There are two tabs that sit there. I'm going to pop them out and then I'm going to show you the tabs. I'll be right back. Now, as you can see, I've pried the top here loose by kind of inserting and continuously prying, and when eventually I got to the point where I could see in here and see that tab that I just pried out. And if you look really closely in the bottom, you can see the other tab. So at this point, you want to simply get in there with the screwdriver and continue to mess around so you can get that tab to pry out. You want to be careful when you do that, because those tabs breaking is going to essentially end up having a new taillight assembly bought. So you want to go slow. It's easy, but it's a little tricky. You just want to make sure you do it with patience, and we'll get it off, and then we'll show you how to do the bulbs. There you guys go. I've popped this off. Again, I wish I had someone taping for me, otherwise I could do the whole thing, but I had to pause the video to get it off. The taillight assembly, once you pop that, just sits. That's all it is. It's these two tabs right here and the two screws right there are the only thing holding this thing in. Once you've got it out, you've got easy access to all your lights. In my case, we're going to be working with the bottom here, which is the taillight, the backup light assembly. So once you have these, you simply just have to twist, start loosening that out, and that's all there is to it. Twist that, pull it, and there's our bulb. We're going to pull this bulb and put the LED in a second. It's just a simple pull on the bulb. I'm going to use a little cloth so I don't touch the bulb all that much, and we'll get the new one in and pop it back in. Now I've put the bulb back in, new bulb's replaced. If you look really closely in there, you can see that LED bulb's in there now. And I've kind of put the assembly back on. I haven't popped anything in yet, and here's why. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to sit that on there loosely if you're doing LED bulbs, specifically some kinds of them. Shut the trunk, and in this case you're going to want to gently back up. You're going to find a way, if you don't have help, to make sure that you can see that the taillight works before you put the assembly back on. Because some LED bulbs, you might have to flip them 180 to get the bulb to work properly. So really all you do is make sure that the bulb actually lights up in whatever way that makes sense to you. If you've got that, you just simply go in here, you press it back on, put the bolts back on. That's the taillight assembly. Same procedure applies to the turn signal lights, the brake lights, the backup lights, all the lights that are in the back assembly. If you want to change them to LEDs, once you got everything off, it's easy to access. It obviously functions a lot differently than those 9th gen Civics do, but this one will help you. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit and it gets you on your way to upgrading some lights. They are much brighter. I would highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.